G'day guys, welcome back to Supercoach Stock Play. Hope you're all well. Now, before I record this week's Stocky, I thought that I'd actually put out a quick video that's been requested, particularly by some of our new subscribers over the last couple of weeks. Now, if you notice, when you're watching the Stocky, you'll see the notes section, and it's got a number of different symbols there. And I've had some questions lately. What on earth do these symbols mean? Now, if you've been following me for the last few years, you'll have a pretty good idea about what most of them do refer to. But for those people that have just joined us recently, I thought that I'll put out a very quick video just outlining what each symbol actually means. And there will be symbols that are added to this week upon week. But for now, this is what we've got. So I'll get myself off the screen and we'll take a look at the Supercoach Stock Market symbols. Alrighty, so we'll start with the top left and then move our way right across the screen. Lots of these will be pretty obvious, but I will go through everyone very quickly. So we've got the pod. That's obviously a very low ownership play. We've got the buy now. Obviously good to buy now this week. The goat symbol reserved for those players that are the goats of the competition. We've got the safe and the house. That means safe as houses, just a really safe pick that you can lock in for a really decent average. The seagull, this used to be reserved purely for Jake Lloyd, but this is for any of those blokes that just love to get those free chips, particularly in the back line. The old trap symbol, so those players who I think we do not invest in, they're a bit of a trap and some fool's gold. The must have, so again, reserved for only particular players in the competition, those uber elite, and also some potential rookies when they're really cheap as well and looking to make some money. The ship, that means that the ship has sailed. We cannot any longer jump on this pick because they just don't have any value to them anymore. The old man, so for the Pendles and the Zorcos of the competition, means no disrespect, but we just do need to keep in mind that they are getting on in age. The snail and the fire, this is a slow burn, so set for a rookie that will make some cash, but not rapid cash, and you'll need to just sit them on the bench for a while and they'll just slowly burn and make you your coin that you need, hopefully. Good/yes with the tick, that one's a pretty obvious one. On to the next row now, watch or chop. So for a player that I'm not saying absolutely we need to sell, but definitely keep it in consideration, or even within the next 1 to 2 weeks we may look to chop. That's why you got the binoculars there as well. Sell, that's a really obvious one. Yin Yang, that's for players such as an Adam Chera that love to have maybe a great first half, then slow down in the second, or vice versa there. On the bubble, this is for rookies that have played their 2 games, and their next game they'll receive their first price increase. The peanut for Peter Laddams. The cross, red cross, that's obviously if a player is injured. The best buy of the week, really obvious one there. The potato, the old spud for those players that are just spudding it up. You've got the tag there, so those players that have either been tagged that week or are looking at any incoming tags. The buy, this simply means that the player has an upcoming buy. The target, these are players that we don't necessarily look to buy now, but we do target later on, someone like a Tom Stewart after this week. The roller coaster going up, this is a player that generally has a low floor or, and a really high ceiling. They're going up at the moment though, so this is a good sign if you see this symbol. Just treading water, so just going about their business, but nothing too exciting, obviously. The warning symbol, there is something to watch out for this particular player. The 8 ball is predicted top 8. The red to the green is bad turn good, so a player that hasn't been in good form but has really changed things in the 1 week. We've got the roller coaster, so similar to the roller coaster up, this is a player who hasn't necessarily been going up, but has been going a little bit up and down. The pass, that's really obviously emergency, a regular emergency, just not quite getting in that best 22-23. The CBA king, so those people that, or those blokes that have really high CBA numbers. If low on money, so these aren't picks that I necessarily advocate bringing in, but I think they're okay solutions if you're running a little bit low on coin. You've got the swing there for the swingman, James Sicily, a perfect example. Goes back, or starts back, and then can move forward. COVID symbol, hopefully we don't see too much of that in 2025. Hold, we hold this player for now. Next one is a clock, watch their tog. Future DPP, so we're talking about a Christian Petrarca, a Sheasel, a Warner type here that we predict may have a good chance of getting future DPP. Red flag is very obvious. Wait for team sheets with the whiteboard there with the footy oval. That simply means that we're not sure if this bloke's going to be selected. Just wait for the teams and then make your decision. Then we've got the concussion symbol, the role reversal symbol, so a player that's changed roles in the last week or two and maybe looking to keep that role. We've got the worried symbol, so a bit of sweat going down the brow there. Someone with great hands, so we're talking like a Matty Crouch or Lachie Neale type player here. The never again list, someone that we are just never selecting again. We've got the toilet paper, which is terrible form. The Monopoly Man with the KI, that player has all the kick-ins or the monopoly on kick-ins, such as a Stephen May historically. The Pooh is yuck, that's an obvious one. Next one is likely top 10, not there yet, but someone we predict may be there. The Monopoly, this could be a monopoly on anything, and I'll specify that when I'm actually doing the video itself. The key is a key position player. The welcome mat is for those players who have now entered a new price range. So, for example, they could have been a midfielder between 250 to 500k. They've now gone above 500k into that elite bracket. A train wreck, so a selection that's been an absolute train wreck and just no good. No good. Bob the Builder is Mr. Fix-It, so a player that can play multiple positions wherever the team needs him. Forgive this player, they've had a bit of a bad week, but it may have been due to particular circumstances. Then you see the MF, and if you just look quickly down there, RF, DM, DF, they're just symbols for me, just to chuck in for those DPP players. Then we'll go to the Uber, so Uber Elite Primos, the best of the absolute best. Next one's top 4 predicted average. Subways for a substitute. Keeper could be a keeper, so this is someone like a Matt Roberts, for example. We're not quite sure yet, but could be a keeper. Top 10 average, someone with an actual top 10 average. The dollar signs are making money. The rule breaker, so when we're producing the stock market video, we only normally feature those players that have played a minimum of 2 games, because obviously they need to play 2 before their price changes, but a rule breaker is reserved for those players that have only actually played the 1 game. Next one is a bubble pass, so pass and bubble boy, not interested. Top 6 average, really obvious there. The next one is looks tired, so a player that just doesn't look themselves and maybe running out of gas towards the end of the game. Then we go to the first medal, so first for average air. We've got some legends from the centre bounce who from time to time have had their own symbols there. We'll set a goat for Joey, and then I know that Big J was big on McKercher, so had them in the past. Thumbs up for a yes symbol. The next one is a dead rookie. Just don't think that they're going to be coming back anytime soon. The old man playing well, Burns with a tick. Binoculars, keep them on your watch list. Now, with the rock, this can be either rock solid job security, or based on some form. So they're just a rock solid player that should give you some good scores from week to week. It's pretty similar to the safest house symbol in a way. The handcuff strategy, so this could be, you know, when we look back to the Jared Witts, Ned Moyle scenario where we may handcuff 2 rucks. If the number 1 ruck is out, we know that number 2 ruck will come into play. So you're always pretty much going to have a ruckman there. That's just a strategy that some people have gone with in the past. The lock symbol's very, very obvious. Luxury trade. So this is a player, you know, normally a premium that isn't setting the world on fire. Some people may be looking to get them out, but more of a luxury trade. They're not an absolute disaster type thing. Then we go to the average Joe, just an average player, no X factor, nothing too sexy about them, but just sort of getting the job done. Super boot, a great kick, so the old Daniel Rich types, maybe someone like a Kane Farrell, for example, or a Bailey Dale. A Muppet Act, so someone that's just done something stupid during the week. Crushing it, someone that is absolutely smashing it in their 3-round average. The umbrella strategy for the umbrella there. The next one is low job security. The wow, massive round score. The money machine is a quick flip, so someone like a Humphrey, who we could own for 4 or 5 weeks potentially, and then look to make the quick flip. Next one is omitted, out of the side for now. The NDHP policy, strictly no dickheads here, cannot have it, and I won't give any names there. You can make your own mind up on that one there. And then we get to some more individual player symbols here. We've got the Tom Green Bull, Nathan O'Driscoll for Noddy, Superman for Jack Steele. Great work by AFL Doodles here. My main man, the key for Benny Keys, Lizard Blakey, bevoed. Many players have been bevoed in the past. He's got his own symbol there. Luke Doggett Jackson with Poochie from The Simpsons. The next one is Leaking Cash, robbed of a good score with Robber there. Good to bad, so this is the opposite of the other one, bad turn good. This is not good, good to bad. Next one's on fire, pretty obvious there. Then the last row is Humphrey B. Bear. If you're not born in the 80s or 90s, you probably won't know who this is, but that's another nickname along with Humpty Dumpty. I could have a Humpty symbol there, but I'm an 80s boy, so I'm going with Humphrey for Bailey Humphrey. Nank the Tank, again, some great work by Doodles there. Chris Scott, self-explanatory. Spillsy, he's got his own one from time to time there. The Pepsi Max King, the, what's that? It's a Viking hat, isn't it, with the horns for JHF, the Horny Man. Ned Flanders for Semi Flanders. Sam Darcy, good old Shrek, good and bad. He has his good weeks and then gets injured from time to time and is not too happy there. The cherries for Tristan Sherry. Zach Butters, when he's in good form, has the butter there with the thumbs up and the big smile on the face. And last one there, and this is my absolute favourite movie of all time, Dumb and Dumber. We've got Lloyd there for Lloyd Meek. So hopefully that helps you out, guys, with the stock market symbols for 2025. Again, I will keep on adding to this. All the members get a PDF version of the whole Stocky, including the slides and the symbols, each and every week. So shout out to you legends. And I also do have a note here that anyone that donates during any live stream, any sort of video with a super thanks, whatever it is, you can request an individual player slide for the Supercoach Stock Market video, just as a way of saying thanks for your great support and contribution. We're trying to raise money for a bat for Jack at the moment, so that's where all the money is going to currently. We had my man, I Don't Really Love Cheese, get Ryan Marrick as his slide for last week. And for those people that have already donated, please make sure that you do put a request in. I'm really happy to do that for you. So hopefully this is helpful. You can use this as a bit of a reference point. Maybe come back to the video if you forget what some of the symbols mean. It will be hopefully up tonight, the Stocky. If not tonight, then hopefully tomorrow morning. It just takes me hours and hours of work. I'm very happy to do it, but with the Thursday night games, it is a little bit of a killer. We did record the Swordplay Potty last night as well, so make sure that you check that out. Got a heap of lives during the week, plenty more content, but the main thing for this week is obviously going to be the stock market video. So thanks again, guys. Hope that you're well. Stay tuned for a banger this week, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Cheers, bye.